guys, it's Sid here with SVTperformance.com, and I'm in Rockingham, North Carolina for the NMRA NMCA All-Star Nationals. First time that these guys have been to this track in many, many years. Got forced out of Georgia, Atlanta, Commerce, due to a battery factory being built where the racetrack is. But I want to take you guys on a little walk around the vendor area, and the vendor section is pretty good size. I actually had to do 2 passes to get through, but we'll start off with taking a look at this beautiful blue F-150 built by Competition Auto. Speaking of Competition Auto, they're coming in with this Boss 302. This is a local shop here in the Carolinas, but this thing has a on-3 twin turbo kit on it. Boss 302 intake, of course Coyote motor. Very nice looking build. They're running the 302. Not sure which class it's running in. But starting down the vendor row, I just want to give you guys a look at what's going on. Got the event photos guy. I know he was out there getting a lot of stuff yesterday. A lot of guys pulling the wheels off the ground. So of course they're going to want pics of that. They can go there, buy their framed photos. But this guy's converting you over from traditional Zeus fasteners to the little push button type. Those are really nice. Lat Racing Oils, or LAT. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I've not experienced their products. But they're here supporting the racers, which is always great. And they got a few other products with them as well. Another one that we always see at NMRA, NMCA races is Mickey Thompson providing tire service. You can buy you a set of slicks. They will mount them for you on your wheels. I think they take orders ahead of time and will have them your order at the track for you. But great service these guys provide for the racers. Going on around, this is something that's getting more and more popular, is these toter homes. This is an outfit out of the Carolinas here that's selling these, so you can go in, take a look if you want to at this brand new, I think it's on a Freightliner chassis, but good looking unit. And nothing beats waking up at the track. Cooks is here on property. They're only a few miles away over in Statesville. And then we start to getting into the back side of the rest of the vendor area, but we'll go down here and take a look at something you don't see every day. You can see the American flag waving in the breeze. That is Bigfoot #1, Bob Chandler's original. And probably my favorite still, because I love these classic bullnose body style Fords. And this one just looks really, really nice. It's not too crazy. But this is where it all started. Check out this thing. Still on the original factory frame. You can see it's been braced up. 3 shocks in the back, leaf springs. Can you imagine jumping this thing with that leaf pack on it? Crazy. Of course, your Rockwell axles, all that good stuff. Got a blown board and stroke. Big block Ford, 640 cubic inches on this particular one. Trick flow heads, all the nice stuff. Got your ag tires. I just love that front end, the bullnose style. Always looks great. If you didn't know, brakes are on the center diff on the axles. So now when they sit up, need a little bit of touch up on the cowl, but that's sort of where all these trucks, they start to go bad, is right there on the cowl around the windshield. But the cab corners and everything are good, so this is a truck that's put in a lot of work over the years. Of course, NMRA has their power mall. Get your clothes, hats, everything. I've got my NMCA hat on. I need to pick up an NMRA one. I'll do that before we go. We got a really nice food setup down here. And speaking of food, you can get your own jerky. And we got a little cigar shop setting up. So we're kind of early in the morning yet. So not everybody is completely set up with everything they have. These guys, SCE gaskets are here. Domino's if you need a pizza, and who doesn't need pizza? UPR, always at every NMRA race. I'm not sure about every NMCA race because I don't make all those, but I do make a lot of the NMRA ones. The guy selling a bunch of Hot Wheels cars. And we'll come and check these guys out a little bit more detailed later. Skook and Dickey. They are known mostly for their GM parts, but they're getting into the Gen 3 Hemis and Ford as well. And we'll come take a look at this. Got a Hellcat engine, crate engine, and of course Gen 3 Hemi heads, all that good stuff. The big thing I want to show you that they have in their booth, got a 7.3 Godzilla next to an LS, and we'll come and take a little bit more detailed look at that later. These guys are really good. Been out to dinner with them, and just great people to work with. Had good luck with them in the past. Molly is here. You know, Molly makes fantastic pistons, OEM, and a lot of Ford products, such as your Coyotes, Voodoos, things like that. And they also make fantastic ring packs, Clevite bearings, gaskets. You know, Molly is just a huge tier 1 supplier for a lot of OEMs. Welding fuel pumps. I tell you how many times I've seen fuel pumps go out on these cars, and it's great to have them here to support them. Another good outfit. These guys you always see, Florida Performance, following around the race circuits. Just support the racers and make sure they have the parts they need when they need them. These guys have a pretty good setup. It's Arrington Performance, and they bring just a little bit of everything to show off what they sell. Redline oil, FITech fuel injection systems, or FITech, however you want to pronounce it. Arrington throttle bodies for the Gen 3 Hemi they're known about. Cooks. Check out these headers, and it's just beautiful weld work. You know, we've had Cooks on a lot of our stuff, and it's always been great. All the digital tacks you would ever need, and pretty much everything that's racing here is going to have a Ford rear end in it, one way or another. Got a guy selling Hoosier tires too, so if you don't want Mickey Thompson's, Hoosiers are an option. These guys follow around the racing circuit as well. They'd have just about a little bit of everything that you could possibly need. So if you forgot any air fittings, pliers, just anything like that, they're going to have it here for you to pick up. Trick Flow, of course, on property, and they make fantastic cylinder heads. Let's check out one of my favorites, as always, the 2-valve modular, and of course lots and lots of Ford stuff, big block stuff, you name it, they got it. Even LS, intake manifolds, tons and tons of stuff. These guys have something interesting going on, Innovative Performance Technologies. I'll show you that in a minute. But first I want to take you through Suncoast Performance. They're getting heavier and heavier into the Ford drag racing scene. They got a lot of parts for 6R80, 10R80. Speaking of that, Mr. Beefcake himself is right there. We're going to talk to him later about 10R80 tuning performance, because that's what he is running in his car. His booth is a little bit further up. But Innovative Performance Technologies, they have this Fox body, and their plan is they're going to build this thing out sort of like you see right here. Got a couple different renderings, and they want to compare the carbon footprint of their build on this Fox body to building basically a new electric car. So that should be interesting. They've already grafted an S550 interior into this, so that's pretty cool. And you see they've had to make custom panels here on the side. It looks like this has been donated out of a crashed car because the airbag cover is popped. But just give you an idea of something you can do with a Fox body. We've got a S550 seat in it as well. It's like they're grafting in the rear seats. But walk around front, that's where things get a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. We've got a 2.3 liter EcoBoost under here. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about that particular engine. I've had a couple of them in different vehicles. I had one in an S550 Mustang, and it looks like it's backed up by an automatic on this one. But it's a good little engine. It makes fantastic torque. Horsepower is sort of limited by the factory turbo and the factory high pressure fuel pump, but you know, you can mod your way around that. But in a Fox chassis, I would imagine the long block for this 2.3 liter EcoBoost weighs less than a small block Ford iron short block that would have been found in these cars. So it makes for a nice package as far as balance and weight. So you get a lot of power and efficiency with that. So I know everybody's not going to be crazy about it, but I think it's an interesting thing to do. So interested to see how it turns out. Big problem with these EcoBoosts, though, the 4-cylinder ones especially, is they're tall. But looks like they're getting it to fit in. Even have the oil pan in here, clearance, so got that going on. Competition Autos here with their car, this beautiful green GT500. And check out that Whipple blower on this thing. Massive, super clean all around. Beautiful, beautiful build. Don't think they're running this one this weekend. They do have a C8 Corvette with them as well, though, that they're running. Beautiful. S550. Johnny Lightning Performance is here. They're not set up yet this morning, but they will be a little bit later on in the day. Of course, they've got the trucks here. Beefcake is here. Like I said, we'll talk to him a little bit later on. I want to talk to him about his particular setup he has on this car. We shot a video with him back at ModNats and posted it up, but it had some copyright issues, so we had to take that down. I am re-editing that. It should be up in a week or so. So if you want more of a rundown on the car, we'll cover it in that. So just subscribe to the channel if you want to check that out. And lastly, we got Livernois Motorsports here on the end. They are not set up yet. These cars are not running until much later in the day. The way they're staggering things out, they're running the bracket cars in the morning and then Pro Tree cars in the afternoon. So these guys get to sleep in, and they're just not set up yet, but they have some cylinder heads with them, things like that. And we've used Dan and the crew at Livernois for tuning our stuff for years. I still have his tunes in Fiesta ST, and they run great. But very impressed with the turnout for this race. I had a lot of racers showing up yesterday, and I think it's going to be really well for the series. I hope to see NMRA and NMCA back here.